Okay, so we're gonna start. I'm gonna explain you the app again. So it's an app like to help you to pair your wine and your food. So if you get a bottle of wine, you can find out which food will pair this, and if you get some food, you can find out which wine will pair this.
Okay.
So this is your iPhone, and so you open the app, and here you get this.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you like to navigate through the app. You just tap anything, and I will just switch give you some other paper with the screen that leads to the action you did.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to think out loud, so to comment everything you are doing, everything you think you are doing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I have a bottle of wine.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to find food to eat with that.
Okay, so here you get this screen.
So I want to pair my food with red wine.
Mm-hmm.
My red wine is a bold red.
Mm-hmm. And here you get your result with the meal suggestions.
Okay. So what does this button do?
So this, I didn't design this, but this is like to how do you call when you just swap, and you can have like other recipe, like other meal.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like this.
This is good.
Okay, do you want to keep navigating from here?
So add photo.
So if you click this, you have this.
I only want suggestion with I want to avoid. So I want to avoid.
Mm-hmm. And here you get this.
So I want to avoid sweet and cheese.
Okay, so actually in this you can choose only one. You can remove just
Okay.
one.
So I want to avoid sweet.
Okay, so it will add like as a filter, and it will remove like from your result all the recipe with so cheese, because you put cheese. No, you put sweet or cheese. The one you chose. Sweet. So all the recipe like with sweet, you're just gonna remove.
Can I add another filter? So
No.
can I go? Okay.
Do you want to keep navigating, or you think you're done? You want to explore more things?
What does that mean?
So this will be like like 9. It's like means like this is the perfect match. But if you have like something with 7 or 5, it's still a match, but not that good. But if so it will depend of your taste as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What does this button do?
This is just keep you back home. So you just get back here.
Okay. So can I try a random perfect pair?
Yeah, and random perfect pair, you just get this that give you wine plus a meal that really get really good together.
Okay.
Good?
Can I do another one?
Up, you get another one.
Can I go home?
Yes. Here you go.
Now I would like to find a wine to drink.
Okay. So you need to,
So I want to pair my wine with seafood.
Okay. What kind of seafood do you want?
I am cooking. I'm cooking sushi.
Mm-hmm.
So probably raw fish.
Okay. So raw fish, and here you go. You get your suggestions.
Can I add a filter?
You need to click on it.
I only want suggestions with. White wine.
White wine, okay. So here, and it will add like it will work as a filter, and so all the results, they will remove like all the they will select just the result with white wine.
Okay.
Good.
Good.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions now. So you try to pair to find out the wine according to the meal you were cooking or you wanted to eat. Do you think that it will be good to have more than one ingredient to pair your wine with?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and so how many ingredients you think is going to be relevant?
I think 2 is enough.
Okay. So when you were looking for a wine suggestion, so you wanted to have sushi and you get the result of the wine suggestion, how specific do you expect the app to be regarding the wine results? So for example, like do you expect here to have, to pair your meal, you should have bold wine, or to pair your meal, you should have Shiraz, or to pair your meal, you should have the Chateau Mouton of 1999. How specific do you expect?
I think the middle one, so Shiraz.
Okay.
So I think if you go the next level down, it's too specific, and then I'm going to have to go and find that, and my local might not stock it. But bold wine, I'm not necessarily going to know what that means. So I think just, Shiraz or a Chardonnay or the name of the type.
Okay. So for the other results, so when you had your Shiraz and you wanted to have a recipe, how specific do you expect the app to be regarding the food results? So it means like here, when you result, do you expect to have, with your Shiraz you should have red meat, or with your Shiraz you should have bœuf bourguignon, or like a real recipe?
I think initially just saying you should have red meat or chicken or seafood is correct, but then I think maybe have some meal recommendations, because if you go too specific, then you're narrowing in on too many ingredients. But if you say, okay, so based on this, then I think you should have red meat, and hey, here are some recipe suggestions that include red meat that you might want to consider.
Okay, great. So the process till the home page until you get the results. Do you think it was too long or too short? You think that you would have used to have more option, or you think that you had way too much option?
No, I think it was about right. Yeah, I don't think it was too long. I don't think it was too short. It's about what I would expect it to be. Okay,
so especially concerning the food, you don't expect to be more, picky about the food you are doing. So I mean that because you just put raw fish to say sushi, is it okay for you? This is accurate enough.
Yeah, I think I was fine with it.
Okay.
I didn't feel like it needed to be more specific, and actually with my apps, I like them to be efficient, quite short. I don't like to have to fill in too many boxes, so this was just right for me.
Okay. On the results pages, do you find that the filters were quite useful? Or you think they're just taking place for nothing?
So I didn't naturally go to the filter. I didn't realize that the filter was there and I could select it, because once I landed on this page, I thought that was it until I spent a bit of time looking at it. So I think it's really useful to have, but maybe it just needs to be a bit bigger, a bit more noticeable, because this is clearly the landing page. So if there is the option to add a filter, I just think it needs to be a bit more obvious.
And okay.
But I think it was really useful to have the filter. I think it would be good to be able to select multiple things. So if you want to avoid something, it's good to be able to select multiple things to avoid.
Okay. So aside the multiple filters, will you have any other suggestions about this app? Any option, anything to add?
No, I think that's everything.
Okay. So we're done with that.